Hi guys, I have been busy hauling products from Sephora, a couple from Ulta, and I can't wait to share these gems with you. Some of these brands you're going to know really well, and some of them should be kind of new for you. They were for me, but I can't wait to share them with you. I've been gone for a minute, but I have some good excuses. My first thing was I fell right on my face. Now, I love the colors purple and green. They're some of my favorite colors to have in my eyeshadow, but it's really different when they're on your face. Yeah, here it is. Right after that cleared up, we went to visit a very sick relative out of town, and as soon as I got back, COVID. So it's been a couple of rough months. However, I am back, yay! And I'm here to share this video with you, and I have a lot more planned. If you don't know me, I'm Cindy, I'm 68. I do videos on makeup, on skincare, and curly hair. Please consider subscribing. I'm getting very close to having 1,000 subscribers, and then I can activate my community page, which will allow me to let you know when there are sales, when there are products back in stock. And now let's get started. The first thing I hauled was this Basma foundation stick. I was really looking for a stick because I'll be traveling sometime in the future, sometime this year. So I thought a stick is the way to go, but which stick? And I was looking for something that was reasonably priced. I saw some other YouTubers review this, and it was reviewed really favorably. So I thought, yeah, let me try this. This comes in 40 shades. I thought, okay, great. I can probably find a shade match. It goes from light to very deep. But if you're any lighter than light, let's say if you're fair or you're porcelain, this is not the brand for you because it doesn't go any lighter than light, if that makes sense. I'm in a shade 038, and I think there's a 040, but that is the lightest shade. It's interesting because I'm a neutral, and they have 3 shades within the neutral light range. They have neutral neutral, they have neutral olive, and they have neutral warm, which is what I chose. The way that I apply it, it's a medium coverage. I saw one YouTuber just swipe the hell out of this stick, and that would be full coverage. But the way I apply it, it's very medium. You could see at the beginning of my little demo that I used a primer. I don't usually use primers, but my skin is so dry that using a primer with this stick really helped it go on more smoothly. For me, if your skin is super dry like mine, a primer might be the way to go. And in this case, I have the Hourglass Veil Primer. But I think once it's on with that primer, it gives you a smooth blended appearance and very smooth coverage. And you could also use it for spot concealing. I love this stick, and I would recommend it. I think it's great. The next category, concealer. Even though I just said if you get the Basma foundation, you may not need a concealer, I don't use this foundation every day, and I wanted a new concealer. So I bought the Natasha Denona High Glam Serum Concealer. This one has 50 different colors. I think, if I counted right. I'm not sure. Telling the truth now, I actually hauled it from Ulta. And that's only because Sephora didn't have the display, and I felt like with 50 different choices, I really needed to try it on to find the right color. Now you can go online and it will have an option that says find my color, and then you plug in the name of the foundation that you're using and it will suggest a color for you. But I think that's not the best option because it depends on the foundation. It will give you a number of the concealer that you should be using, but if you put a different foundation in, it will give you a completely different option. So I think that's I think the best choice is to go in store, either Ulta or Sephora, depending on your Ulta or Sephora, and try them on. So I was in Ulta, they had a display, they had most of the colors available, and I put on N1, which is neutral 1, and I could tell you that my under eyes immediately lightened up. It was like night and day. And I tried Peach 1, N1 just made a huge difference. All of my shadows lightened up. I didn't see any creasing. I put 2 dots under one eye. I put 2 dots under the other eye. What's confusing about Natasha Denona concealer is that they have 4 different shade categories. They have neutral, which is pretty self-evident. They have peach. They have yellow, and they're both warm tones. Peach is a lighter version of warm. It's just a lighter warm tone. And they have rosy, which is a cool tone. Then they have a range in each shade family. So finding the right one for you might be a little tough. I've really liked this concealer because a little goes a long way. It doesn't crease and it stays smooth. This is a real winner for me. I recommend this highly. Now we're into the category of blushes. I don't have 1, I don't have 2, I have 3 to recommend from this haul because this is a real weakness for me. I love blushes and there are so many blushes they're putting out right now. So it's really hard to decide. I mean, I could have gotten 6 new blushes and would have been happy, but I think that's a little excessive even for me. This one I had my eye on for a long time. So this is the Dior Rosy Glow Blush in the shade Rosewood. It looks a little bit more corally than it is. It's truly like a rosy brown, a touch of coral, but mostly rosy, and I love it. This Dior Rosy Glow blush has been very iconic for a couple of years, but they've only put out 2. They put out the pink, and that color, oh my God. Every company in the world, no, that's an exaggeration. Not every company in the world. A lot of makeup companies have put out that same color because it really works. And I'm going to show you that color in a few minutes. And then they put out a coral color. But recently they put out 4 more colors. Mahogany, a cherry, a berry, and this rosewood, which has also been really popular. It's expensive, I'm telling you, really expensive, $40, and not for a lot of product. It's 4.4 grams as compared to, let's say, my Laura Mercier blush, which is 6 grams. So you're really paying a lot for this, but I just wanted it, so I splurged. It doesn't give you a pigmented blast of color, but a light layer of blush which you can decide whether to build up. I think it's great for older skin because it gives you a youthful, glowy complexion, and for me, it stays all day. It's not patchy at all, and also for me, blush in general is eaten up by my face. I mean, it just doesn't stay on. Once again, the con side is that it's expensive. On the plus side, it's small and compact, easy to put in your purse or in your travel bag, and I'm certainly going to be traveling with it. I'm really excited, and I love this blush. It's really hard for me not to reach for it every single day. Is it worth the money? Only you can decide, but I love it. A second blush that I hauled from Sephora was the Kofi Mendy Moment Long Lasting Radiant Cream Blush. I heard about it from State of Kate on YouTube, and I really love this product. They describe it as a highly pigmented and long-lasting buildable cream blush that blends seamlessly into the skin for a radiant flush of color. And you know what? That really does describe it. That's about the amount of pigment that you need to cover one cheek. You can actually go into 2 cheeks with that amount. It is a beautiful, again, I'd call it a rosewood with a nice little undertone of brown color. And this one I actually do apply with a brush. Brush that I use, I also picked up during the Sephora sale. It's the Sephora Pro Foundation number 47. Look at the shape of it. It's a perfect brush for applying cream products. The brush is shaped at an angle and it's really terrific. Now they say that this is a foundation brush, but I think it's way too small for that. Another brand I wouldn't have heard of if I didn't watch YouTubers incessantly, which is a problem. I know, but what are you going to do to cure my addiction? This is my 3rd blush purchase in my haul, and this one was from Ulta, not from Sephora, but this one was worth going to Ulta. Just hang on a second, I'm going to show you the color. It's bubblegum pink. Yeah, this looks a lot like the Dior Rosy Glow blush in pink. This is one of the companies that has recreated that color. And it looks like it would be crazy and weird, but if I tell you that it doesn't blend in beautifully and look just gorgeous on your face and enliven your cheeks, I would be lying. This is what they say about it. It's a drag-free, silky smooth cream stick that builds like a dream. And it does. I bought a Kiko Milano stick also. They're similar, but not the same. Here is the Persona. This is the Kiko Milano. So you can see the color difference. This one is a little bit more magenta, and this is a lot more pink. It just goes on so much smoother and so much more comfortably. You can see that it's not obnoxious when you blend it in, and it really enlivens the face. Now we're getting into the lip category, and I did a little bit of damage here. First of all, I bought the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Tinted Lip Oil, and I bought 2 colors. One was Honesty, this is Honesty, nude brown, and one in Wonder, which is a rose mauve. This has a really interesting property, and they are so popular right now. In fact, if you go into Sephora, there are no testers. The whole display is empty, unless it's changed in the last few days. You have to buy them online, which is hard because you don't know really what they look like. You're taking a shot, but of course you can always return them. The first one that I bought was Honesty. It goes on as a lip oil, so it's very wet. And then it dries down and you lose some of the emolliency. And then it dries to a stain. Now, some people don't like that. They want to be able to remove the lipstick and not have it hang around. I love the fact that it gives you a stain that remains on your lips for longer than an hour. I can drink something and the stain is going to remain. I'm going to show you Wonder first. And actually, this kind of changed my mind about a pink lipstick because I thought, oh, I'm not really going to like this. But here it is. It made me reevaluate my whole avoidance of pink lipsticks because I think this is really flattering. But actually, my true love was Honesty, this nude brown. I think that's my first choice. But I love this formula. I love the way it just hangs around. So, and the other really weird thing, it must be the shape of this doe foot. but it ends up on my teeth a lot. So yes to these products. Don't be surprised that if you go into Sephora, there won't be any there for you to even look at the shades. You're going to have to order them online. This next lippy was a complete shock to me. I saw this on display, and what can I tell you? What is old is new again. I can't even believe it myself. This is the Clinique Almost Lipstick in Black Honey. I'm sure I had this in the past. They started this product in 1971, and I'm sure I had it not then, but in the 90s. This is a shocker. It looks so dark, and it looks so unappetizing. Not that you're going to eat it, but you know what I mean. I put it on, and I was like, this stuff is great. I totally forgot how good it is. When I was purchasing it, because I was convinced as soon as I put it on, the salesperson said, yeah, it looks great on everybody. It is like a cult classic, but it's coming around again, and it is so great. It feels great on. It looks natural, but yet colorful. Does that make sense? It has such a good look that you may want to try it on again and see if this is something you like. With all the new formulas out there with lip balms and lip glosses and all kinds of hybrids, this is still a great formula. I'm loving it. Eyes. I was walking around Sephora and I saw these eyeshadow sticks and I had to try them. I saw how smooth they were to apply and they felt great and I loved the colors. I ended up buying the dark taupe shimmer. It looks a little dark, but when applied on my eye, it is fantastic. Now I have Laura Mercier sticks, Bobbi Brown, but I want to tell you, the Sephora sticks, they're just as good, and they're half price. In my Sephora haul, I picked up some great gems: foundation, concealer, eyeshadow, blushes, and lippies, and I'm wondering, have you picked up anything lately that you are really happy with? I'd love to hear if any of these products are something that you might consider. And can you share that down in the comments section? I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.